Okay, imagine this. You just spent the past 50 to 100 hours knitting, crocheting, sewing the perfect cardigan just to sew on plain boring buttons. Now we're not doing that today. There's nothing wrong with plain boring buttons, but I am going to show you how to create custom 3D printed buttons with fun words on them, or we can scale it down and get little teeny buttons like this one. Now, first things first, you're going to need access to a 3D printer. And if you don't have one yourself, that's okay. Do you have a sibling, a friend, a coworker that has one? If not, I've seen on Facebook Marketplace in my area where people will take commission work for 3D printing. And this is such a little PLA and takes no time at all to print. I would imagine it's relatively inexpensive if you did have to hire it out. Okay, the next thing you're going to need is a free software called Blender. And you can download that by going to blender.org, choosing download somewhere on the page, and then downloading the correct version based on your operating system. Okay, now that you have Blender installed, go ahead and open it up and you're going to see a screen similar to this. We're going to just choose General, and the very first thing we're going to do is delete. We're going to shift click Camera, Cube, and Light. Then I'm going to right click and delete those. We do not need them for this project. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to set up our units. I'm going to choose Scene and then drop down Units. And I'm going to change my unit to 0.001 and my length to millimeters. Now you'll notice my grid is gone, so let's fix that. I'm going to select this little drop down here, and for scale, I'm going to also put 0.001. Now this step is important. If you skip it, your print size will be completely off. Now that we have our scene set up, let's go ahead and create the button base. We're going to go to Add, Mesh, and Cylinder. This will be our button base. All that looks good, and I'm just going to click off of that. And there's a teeny little arrow here that I'm going to click to open up my panel. And I am going to change my button dimensions to 14 millimeters by 14 millimeters by 2 millimeters. Now, because I have increased the size, I'm going to make sure that I then choose Control A, and I'm going to select Rotation and Scale. And that makes sure my scale goes back to 1 and doesn't create any weird geometry later. The second thing we're going to do to our button is I'm going to go ahead and create a bevel, because this is like a pretty harsh button. I'm going to choose Modifiers, Add Modifier, Generate, and then I'm going to choose Bevel. And let's see, I'm going to choose 10 segments, and I'm just going to say 0.8 millimeters. It gives me a really nice smooth edge. Now that we've got our button base, let's go ahead and put in the button holes. Now I like 2 button holes. You can make 4 if you want, but let's just say Add Mesh, and we're going to add another cylinder. And I'm going to say for its dimensions, let's do 2.5. 2.5 for X and Y, and I'm just going to do something large, so we'll just say 7 millimeters, so that way it goes through the whole button. Let's see, I'm going to go ahead and move that to 1.75 millimeters on the X-axis, and then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to press Command-C, Command-V, and duplicate it. I'm going to highlight the other one and just move it to negative 1.75. Now if I press this little Z, I can look directly over it. You can see my buttonholes now align nicely on my button. And if I want, I don't think it's going to matter for this, but I'm going to go ahead and press Control or Command A, rotate, scale both of these as well, since we did change the dimensions. So now that we have our 2 buttonholes, I'm going to click our button base again, and I'm going to add a new modifier. This time I'm going to add Boolean, and I'm going to select the first buttonhole. And I'm going to add another Boolean, and under Object I'm going to select the second buttonhole. Now that I've created those Booleans, I can hide those, and it creates a nice cut out buttonhole that we can use to sew into our clothes. Just a quick heads up, if you don't want to build this from scratch, I've uploaded the Blender files to MakerWorld, so you can download and follow along if that's a little bit easier for you. The link will be in the description. Now we're going to get into the text bit. Now we're going to go in, and I want you to add a curve and select circle. And I'm going to change its dimensions to 8 millimeters and 8 millimeters for X and Y. And I can't see it on the screen, so I'm going to just tilt my screen a little bit, and I'm going to select this move object, and I want to just place this just above the button so that way I can see it a little bit better. Okay, now that we've got our curve, this is the curve that our text is going to sit along. Depending on what your word is or what your short phrase is, you may want to adjust the size of this, the dimensions of this, but for now let's stick with 8. Now let's go ahead and add our text. And I'm going to do the same thing for text. I'm going to tilt it a little bit and make sure that it sits just above the button so that way we can easily see what we're working with. Before I add it to the curve, I want to go ahead and put in the word that I want it to say. So I'm going to change from object mode to edit mode. And you can see I can now type inside the text thing. And let's go ahead and do homemade. And since I've already tested this, I know homemade, the word homemade will fit twice. So I'm going to go ahead and type it twice. While I'm in edit mode, I'm going to go ahead and go to this data property, and I'm going to make some changes to my font. For my 3D printer, I like a very bold sans serif font that makes it really easy to print. It makes the words more clear and it's just a little bit neater. So I'm going to choose this sans serif font that's on my computer. And I'm going to choose bold. Actually, I may have to highlight all of this. And then I'm going to change the size just a little bit for a minute. And I'm going to stick with that for a second before we start to do the curve. And then I'm also going to go to geometry. And I want to extrude this. And extrude just means make it thick, make it 3D. Because right now the text is very 2D and we want to do like an engraving type style on our button. So I'm going to extrude this to 2. So you can see it's now 3D. Looks great. So before we go any further, let's go ahead and go back to object mode. And on my text, I can now add a modifier, deform, and choose curve. For the curve, I want to select the curve we made. So now my text flows around that curve that we created earlier, which is exactly what we want. But I can see now that I can adjust my font size, my character spacing, that sort of thing. Depending on whatever word you choose, you'll need to adjust it for your word. So I'm just gonna play with this for just a second till I get it to where I like it. Center it a little bit, and I think that looks great. Next step is I am gonna cut this out. So what I want to do is I want to select this Y so I can get a really nice clean view of my objects. I'm going to go to move, and I want this to sit just above the bottom. I could cut through the whole thing if I just moved it all the way through the button, but I find it's a little bit easier to sew it on the correct way if the button is, if the back of the button is solid, while the correct side, the front side, shows your engraving. So I'm going to make sure that it's just over the bottom, which looks great. Now, to be able to use a Boolean or cut this out of the button base, I'm going to have to change text to a mesh. And once I've done this, I cannot go back and re-edit the font or the word if I choose to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select text, and I'm going to select copy and paste. That's going to give me a nice backup if I ever want to go back and change this later. It will also duplicate the curve, the circle as well. That's okay. We don't need that. You can just leave it. It would probably be smart to rename these, but for the sake of the video, I'm just going to hide the original circle and text, and those will be my backups. And I'm going to continue to go with this text 001. That's what it's copied to. And I'm going to right click it, and I'm going to say convert to mesh. Now we're almost done. Are you excited? This is the finale. So the last thing I want you to do is click your button base and go to modifiers. And I'm going to create one last modifier of Boolean. And then I'm going to select my new mesh text that we just created. Make sure it's text 001. And then if I hide this, it has cut out our word into the button. Insert confetti. Yep. I know this may seem a little intimidating at first, but if you can read a pattern, you can do this. You can put any word you want. You just need to remember to change your font and position it the way you want so that it's cleanly and that it'll print very cleanly on your 3D printer. Now to get this, the very last step, we are done with our button. It looks great. It's gonna print great. You're so happy with it. The last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go to File. Make sure you save this. But I'm also going to go to export, and I'm going to export this as an STL. That is the file that the printer will be able to read. For me, it's Bamboo Studio. You drop that into Bamboo Studio and then you're off to the races. You can print it just as you want. So now remember, if you want a little boost, you want a little head start, I have put all of these files on MakerWorld. You can go download them right now. They're in the description, and a little quick description on how to edit this. You can also refer to this video. It's a quick process. Once you understand what you're doing, it's going to be great. You're going to have the cutest buttons on all of your cardigans. Just look at this cardigan that I made. It went from a 9.5 to a 10 because of these custom buttons. So now if you like this video, follow for more. I have a lot of other great ideas. We will all be doing button videos. I also am going to review Knit Nation. I have a couple of copies here we can review and see if they're good. If you're anything like me, you get bombarded with ads for this, and I'm going to tell you if I think it's worth it. They did not sponsor me. I bought this with my own money. Forgot to unsubscribe, so now I have 2 copies that we can review together. So I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, y'all.